Have you ever wondered what it really takes to save a world wonder? Today, we're diving into the incredible story of how the Taj Mahal was rescued. And believe me, it wasn't just restorers with tiny brushes. This was a full-blown legal battle for its life.
Now, this might sound like the plot of a movie, but it's completely true. Through the 80s and 90s, the Taj Mahal, that icon of pristine, brilliant white marble, was under a slow, creeping, but absolutely relentless attack.
So, who was the villain in the story? Well, it was industrial pollution. The air all around this priceless monument was just thick with soot and emissions from nearby factories. And the result? It was devastating. We're talking acid rain and grime that was staining that famous white marble this awful, sickly yellow. It was literally eating away at the building's surface.
And that quote really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? The Taj Mahal isn't just some pretty building. It's a global symbol, a piece of our shared human story. The thought of losing it, or even just letting it crumble away, well, it was unthinkable. The stakes could not have been higher.
Okay, so the threat was crystal clear. The fight to save the Taj then moved from scientific labs and reports right into the courtroom. This wasn't just a lawsuit. It was a legal battle for the monument's very survival.
The whole thing was spearheaded by this incredibly determined environmental lawyer, MC Mehta, and it went all the way to India's Supreme Court. It became famously known as the Taj Trapezium Case, and the final decision, which came down in 1996, was about to change everything.
So how did the court actually build its argument? Did they invent some radical new law? Nope. Instead, they leaned on two really powerful and actually pretty intuitive environmental principles. These two ideas became the legal backbone for saving the Taj.
Okay, the first one is the Precautionary Principle. The easiest way to think about this is the legal version of better safe than sorry. It basically says you don't have to wait for 100% ironclad scientific proof of a disaster to act. If there's a serious threat of irreversible damage, you have a duty to take action to prevent it.
And the second principle? It's even more straightforward, the Polluter Pays Principle. This is basically the you break it, you buy it rule, but for the environment. It says that whoever is responsible for making the mess is also responsible for paying to clean it up and manage it. Simple as that. And this is just a brilliant way to see how these two principles work together like a 1-2 punch. The precautionary principle is all about prevention. It's forward-looking, trying to stop harm before it happens. Then you have the polluter pays principle, which is about accountability. It looks at the damage that's already been done and assigns the bill to the right people.
So, armed with these two powerful ideas, the court was ready to make its move. And its landmark decision would end up sending ripples of change far, far beyond India.
So here's the crucial part. This wasn't just some theoretical academic exercise. The court put these principles into action. First, they used the precautionary principle to slam the brakes on any further damage. Second, they enforced the polluter pays principle on hundreds of local industries. And third, and this is the big one, they ordered a concrete long-term solution.
And that solution was the creation of something called the Taj Trapezium Zone, or TTZ. This is a huge 10,400 square kilometer protected buffer zone, shaped like a trapezoid, hence the name, all around the Taj. And for the polluting industries inside this zone, the court gave them a very stark choice: switch to cleaner fuel, like natural gas, or pack up and move out.
The legacy of this case is just immense. It was really the first time these big environmental ideas were used so decisively to protect a piece of cultural heritage, not just a forest or a river. It set an incredibly powerful new standard for environmental law in India and around the world. And maybe most inspiring of all, it showed that one person, through public interest litigation, could literally save a treasure for all of humanity.
So yeah, the case saved the Taj Mahal, a monumental victory for a monument. But it also leaves us with a really provocative question for our own time. As we sit here today facing all kinds of new environmental threats, what other cultural treasures, what other natural wonders need this same kind of bold, decisive protection right now?